How's it going, everybody? I got my creaky chair here, so if you hear it, hey, is what it is. Episode 67 of Benching and Bullshitting with yours truly. We got some stuff to talk about. Cool stuff. Always good stuff. Always positive. And yeah, hey, man, I've been talking about the Arnold a lot. I tend to do that whenever it's Arnold time of the year. And this one, I always say, like, as soon as Monday rolls around after the Arnold ends, I'm like, fuck, already looking forward to the next one. So, yeah. So my final preparation, my final big day, preparations wise for the Arnold was this past Saturday, and I put those lifts, the entire workout, on Patreon and YouTube members. So if you're one of those, you probably already know it. We'll talk about it though. And if you hear me belching, it's also just because that's who I am, right? Gotta stay full, gotta stay hydrated. There you go. But yeah, so I took I'm getting all my equipment dialed in per what I weigh and things like that, and wearing the right damn shoes. I'm gonna make a whole video on YouTube about that, about shoe choice, and fix that, remedy that situation, and pad height, pad width, barbell being used, all those things. But all my shit's dialed in. I did 6 full range singles on Saturday. Starting weight was 750. So that was kind of in prep for, that was the one single rep I needed to prep for the last man standing. That was pretty much it. Everything else was geared towards the Anderson bench press invitational that's on Saturday. And so I took 750. Now these are all 6 of these reps were with a start, press, and rack commands by one of my training partners, Cameron. 750. And then we went to 1,001. Yes, it was actually 1,001. And then 1056, and then 1122, 1166, 1210 for a top single for the day. So I'm pretty much set. I'm good to go. I have everything the way it needs to be, and I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I'm not done 2 meets in a row back to back like that. Never done that before in all my years competing. 16 years, actually. This coming May will actually mark my 16th year of competing and my 20th year lifting weights. Big 2-0, big 2 decades of my life dedicated to the iron. So, although barbells and stuff are made of steel, are they not? What's this whole under the iron? Is it where things used to be made of iron? I'm sure they were at one point, like plates and stuff, the barbells, but most everything today is steel. So is it life under the steel? I don't know. Anyhow, if y'all don't mind doing all the YouTube things, if you could hit the like button on the video if you're watching, that really helps me out and tells me that you want me to keep doing this. I appreciate you doing that and coming on here and watching me. And I want to answer questions, of course. So not much else to really talk about. I did did the Arnold prep on Saturday, and that's pretty much the biggest talking point of all these benching and bullshittings is the big bench workout from the weekend. So that was it. That followed it up. I tried to do heavy triceps afterwards, and my left elbow decided to be all gummy on me. I got a gummed up left elbow. It's been a problem since January of 21. So I just have to kind of work around it and do other things besides do heavy extensions and stuff. So I did some extensions, I did some accessory work, and then moved on. So I will go ahead and open the floor. If anybody has questions, please drop them in. We've been doing a lot of videos for YouTube. Do a lot of videos for YouTube recently about the F8 shirts, about the barbells, the prototype barbells. Again, they're prototypes. They're not for sale yet. They're not even in production. They are in the testing phase. So I've done some recent videos with all that. And I've been putting out a lot of content for you all. And Elisa's on here. Hey, can't wait to see you all. Yeah, same. Are you and Joe coming down Saturday for the I know Mom just called me not too long ago and said that her and Sheep and the kids can't make it until they're going to come in Saturday night and then watch the Sunday meet. But I think you and Joe are still going to try to make the Saturday meet as well. If you are, I'll let you answer, then I'll go on from there. But Wynn Anderson, what are your favorite accessories in this run up to the Arnold? Accessories. Well, I can't really say accessory wise. I've been doing a lot of So Saturday is my shirt work and my tricep work, and then Wednesday is more of a bodybuilding day where I'm actually trying to build some muscle, like pec work and shoulders and stuff. I've been doing a lot of incline work actually, and it's not heavy incline work because the problem is every time I've tried to train chest or pecs in the past, I just tricep everything. I just tricep. I just tricep. That's why. That's why I don't have a chest because I every time I do incline or incline dumbbell or decline or it's just triceps. So I have to kind of like back off on the weight and teach myself to press incorrectly and use my pecs, and that's been hard. So, but yeah, a lot of incline work recently. Dumbbell, Smith machine, barbell. We got a hammer strength and incline where I can do isolateral one arm at a time. Tricep work is it's always good. I got like a laundry list of tricep movements, but tricep sled death, tricep creepers, floor extensions, incline JM press is probably one of my absolute favorite tricep movements of all time. And Elise says you're going both days. We got the fast passes. Good. Good. So I would suggest if you're going to come up Saturday, leave early because they're predicting that they're going to break their attendance record at the Arnold this year, which means there's going to be a shitload of people there. So I would try to come early if you could. Try to find some parking, and then of course the crowd's going to be fucking insane. So just leave early. Don't if you think you're leaving early enough, leave just a little bit earlier. Let's see. Someone asked me about Augie says, what does your shirt say? Reminds me of Brandon Lee and the Crow. Not your normal Anderson or FH shirt. It's not. It is from the Crow. They're all dead. They just don't know it yet. There he is, right there. Yep. The camera's backwards, so I keep fucking up which hand I'm using. There he is. Yep. It is in fact from The Crow. Yep, one of my favorite movies. That wasn't my favorite movie. I was a 90s kid, like an actual like 90 to 99. Like I was born in 90 and never watched it. And then Fabi told me, like, you've never watched The Crow? Are you fucking insane? I was like, I don't know, probably. I watched it and I love it. So yeah, that is one of my favorite shirts. Yo, this is Trap says my single ply F6 has arrived. Fantastic. I have a raw bench meet on March 9th. So not too, like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? After that, it's playtime. Sweet, dude. Awesome. If you need help, obviously, just reach out to me. If you need any help, I'm happy to help. Yeah, F6 is a fun shirt. They're fun to use. Let's see. Jeff Johnston says, "What's your thoughts on forearm recovery? I have an angry forearm that keeps lingering lately. Anything specifically I should be doing?" So that is one of the blemishes of me with my bench training. Forearm pain has plagued me since 2019. It's just part of the game. Personally, I go to a chiropractic gentleman. His name is Dr. Jericho Matthews. He owns Alive by Design in Fredericksburg, Virginia. He has a new location now, actually. And I was just there today, actually. Brought my buddy Chris down there and got him worked on, got me worked on. And he also just does he knows a lot about like sports therapy. Okay. So he's a chiropractic practitioner, but he also does like sports therapy and stuff like that. He's taken care of me for like the last 2 or 3 years. Real generous. So what he does, and my left forearm is the one that flares up, but you can't really see it in the screen. So my arm tends to flare up about right here on that brachialis head, this right down here. Now, normally what he tells me is that might be the site of the pain, but it's not the source. Something above or below it is getting tight and pulling on it, and that's what's causing the pain. So find somebody who knows what they're doing and have them work on you. I used to do, whenever my forearms would flare up, I would just do heat, cold, heat, cold, heat, cold back and forth for like 3 hours a night, and somehow that would take it away. The first time I ever cupped my forearms and my upper arm, that took it away because everything has worked. If you massage, if you scrape, if you do all that stuff, it's all working on one plane, but cupping pulls it all out on a different plane, pulls it up and out. So that really helped. I go every Monday to Jericho's. He'll scrape a little bit, put some CBD balm on there. He'll scrape it. I got a lot of scar tissue in here. It feels like gristle. It's like little bumps. So I've got scar tissue. We're trying to break it up, make it go away. Sometimes we'll do what's those things called? The little electric pads. What the fuck are those things called? I should know. You know what I'm talking about. Put the little pads on, little electro stimulation, stuff like that. Massage gun, just distraction. He'll find it. And I got knots in there too. It's this whole thing. Best suggestion, because I've done all that shit myself and I can't get rid of stuff. And I go to him and he does 2 or 3 sessions and it's feeling 10 times better. So I'd suggest find somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing and just work with them, because it's a pain in the fucking ass, dude. It's an absolute pain in the ass. Let's see. Win Anderson says, JM Press. Went to high school with John Mark. I'm not sure who John Mark is, but a JM Press. It's just by JM Blakely, originally from Westside, but now to lead FTS with Dave Tate. It's a barbell extension hybrid with a close grip bench. So it's like right between the two, like that. But I can't do them on flat because I'm fucking stupid. So I do them on incline. I can do a JM incline press like easy. I go on incline, I take about a medium or close grip and just lower the bar to my face, just like that. Just lower it to my face. For some reason, I can't figure out how to do it on flat. It's just something I've never been good at. Let's see. Keith, can't pronounce the last name, but Keith says, do you and the people you cooperate with ever do an in-person bench workshop? Well, I host, John Mark Blakely. J.M. Blakely. No shit. Oh, okay. Oh, no shit. You went to high school with J.M. Blakely. John Mark. I was missing that. Oh, okay. J.M. Blakely. John Mark Blakely. Holy shit. I thought his name was just J.M. I didn't know it was John Mark. No fucking way. That's cool, man. Oh, shit. All right, now I connected the dots, so now we're on the same page. So, yeah, no offense to him, but I can't do his, or no disrespect. I just can't figure out his original extension form on flat bench, because that's how he originally did it. So I just take it on incline and then I can do it just fine. It's just something I'm not good at. He says, you knew Louis too. Great. I never got to meet Louis. I never got to meet him before he obviously passed away. So I'll never get to meet him, which really makes me sad. Let's see. The in-person bench workshop. Yeah. So basically, anybody has an open invitation to come bench with us on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock. Open invite. There's no requirement. I'm not going to charge anybody for that kind of stuff. That's ridiculous. You just show up to the gym. As long as you can make it, make the drive, make the flight, whatever. 4 weekends in a row, we had guests this past month. We had Jeff Johnson come down from Massachusetts, and then with his son, 1 weekend. The next weekend, I had 2 gentlemen fly in from New Hampshire, and then 2 other folks, Mara and Jules, drive in from Philly the same weekend. The next weekend, Robin Tiff Farrell came down, and we played with some new barbells and stuff. And then the following weekend, Zach and Roman Mustachio came down from Death Wish in Philly. So we have guests a lot. And this coming weekend, I'm pretty sure, he said he's 95% sure that Philip Herndon's going to come down and bench with us on Saturday. So for those of you not too familiar, I'm sure you are. Those of you you're not, he's a 1,000-pound raw squatter, big raw total. And he's getting into equipment now. He wants to come bench with us. Let's see. So yeah, the workshop. Back to that question. I don't really do workshops, but anybody's welcome to come bench with us, like anytime. And the open invitation, you just have to sign the little waiver. It's actually a QR code now. Joe's going totally digital. So you have to scan the QR code. That's your signing your waiver, basically. Then it's first workout's free. So yeah, Saturdays at 10 at Unleashed Strength in Manassas, Virginia, Northern Virginia. So if you're in Maryland, I see Maryland here. Win, you're from Maryland, and Keith, you're out of Maryland. Yeah, open invite. Come and bench with us. So I also offer seminars where I'll actually travel and host seminars, but I do have a going rate as well as like hotels and stuff that have to be covered. But yeah, workshops, you just come and bench with us. Annalise, since we have the fast pass, when does it start? So we can get an hour early. shit. You have to check the site, Anna. I don't remember. Wherever you got your tickets, they'll have a schedule. I think the doors open for the general public at 10. I think Friday, Saturday, the venue is open from 10 to 7. And then Sunday, I'm pretty sure it's 10 to 4. So that means you can get in at 9. But I would try to get there between 7 and 8 or 8 and 9 because it's just going to be so damn packed. Especially if you're coming in Saturday, that's going to be the busiest day. That's always the day that's just the absolute busiest because everybody's there. Everybody has got in from their flights or their drives on Friday, Thursday. They're all there Saturday, and a lot of people have to catch flights, especially the vendors, on Sunday, so it kind of clears out. But Saturday is just fucking packed every single year. So let's see. So yeah, Wynn, you're from Maryland. That's cool. You got to drop down sometime. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Keith is in Maryland. Yep. Tony's on here. What's up, man? Cool, guys. Yeah. So thanks a lot. Thanks for hopping on and joining me here tonight. It's been a successful training cycle, if I could call it that. I was going to talk about my one video, and since I don't have a large audience, I can talk about it. But I'm going to drop a video on YouTube. We're dropping a lot of videos recently on the tube, talking about band shirts and the new barbells and stuff. And I still make mistakes after almost 20 years of lifting. And I don't know why I didn't catch this, why I didn't think of it. I just did it, and I paid for it. I, for some reason, stopped benching in Chucks or Vans. I'm sure I've had both at some point. And I got a new pair of shoes when we went to... Shit, where did we go? I think we went to Vegas. It was either Vegas or the trip right before that, the Swiss. Possibly north of the border in Kentucky. I forget. And I got a new pair of shoes. Went to Walmart, $20. They're really cool. They're just slip-ons. They're just like running shoes. They just have like a bungee cord for the laces. You don't have to tie them. You just slip them on. Really cool. But they're meant for comfort. They're meant for running. They're not meant for powerlifting. I use the analogy like if you have a pair of squat shoes, like Vans, or if you're the type that has the heel on your squat shoes, you wouldn't just randomly decide to switch to like bedroom slippers, to squat with. That doesn't make any sense. But I didn't think of that. So I started benching with these shoes, started benching with them. And I started noticing like my lifts have not been going in the direction I want them to go, which is forward, which is heavier, which is stronger. And I couldn't figure it out. And every time I set up my bench, I am a huge advocate for leg drive. And it wasn't working. I couldn't figure it out. And I did this for like 7 or 8 weeks in a row. And I started realizing like when I would push with my legs, like I was actually deforming the shoes. They were almost like curling under each other. Like I was really deforming these things. So my leg drive was compromised, which was affecting my press, affecting my weights. I was getting really upset because the weekend before Rob and Tiff came down, I had a one board set with 1221. I had 1221 for 6 reps to a one board. That sounds cool and all, but not 8 months prior, I had hit 1320 for 5 reps to a one board in the exact same shirt, same body weight. And I'm like, what's going on? Because I keep hitting PRs and other things and other sets or reps or equipment, but why? What's going on here? And anytime I go above 1300, I just completely shit the bed. Like I've not hit a successful 1300 pound lift in a while. I'm like, what the fuck? And then not 3 weeks ago, somehow, some way, I wasn't wearing these Chucks because they were very, very narrow. I need a wide toe box, and they were very narrow. And they very uncomfortable. I was like, they're not going to break in unless I wear the damn things. So I just wore them. It sucked, but I wore them. Went to my bench workout that Saturday with them on, and I set up to drive, and I started pushing with my legs, and I'll be goddamn. I was like, whoa. I've been fucked up for the last 7 or 8 weeks wearing these made for comfort shoes, not designed for leg drive in the bench, but my Chucks back on, boom, and they're solid and they're flat and they're not deforming. There you go. And my toes aren't curling under the fucking sole like that. So yeah, So that was a lesson learned. Something as small as a change of shoes to something that's not meant for that lift or even for just any rigorous activity, period, had a major effect on my performance. What do you know? What a concept. So there you go. Uh, I went back to Chuck's and I've had excellent workouts, fantastic workouts the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm fully prepared now. I'm very excited. That was a short story. I tried to make it as short as possible, but and let's see. Annalise says, "Are y'all going to be in the same spot like last year?" Um, I'm pretty sure we're very close. I'm not saying we're in the exact same spot. So if the Rogue stage is over here, and we were kind of like in an aisle, kind of not right in line with the Rogue stage, kind of over here. According to the map that I saw, I'm pretty sure we're in the kind of the same area. We're on the same half of the venue for sure, but I'm not sure if we're in the exact same spot. I think our spot is one booth size bigger this year too. We had 2 spots last year. Now we have 3. Mm. Oh, that's salty. Woo. Woo. Oh God. I made that extra salty tonight. I'm drinking these element packets, everybody. If you're listening, that sounded weird. I got my salt canteen and whiskey. No, it's literally salt water. It's element packets, and I have a link. I have a referral link in my Instagram, my link tree. You can go there, click it, and you can get yourself some element packets. I drink about 2 to 3 per day. It made me really strong. I get really strong when my intake of sodium is high. But yeah, it was just extra salty. I wasn't prepared for that. Love Element. Yeah, I live on it. Let's see. Keith says, I'll be sure to swing by the Anderson booth to say hi at the Arnold. Good. I want to meet you in person. I have a local meet on March 23rd in Frederick, Maryland. I would love to swing by one Saturday, 10 a.m. before the 23rd and train. Let me check my calendar. Let's see. The Arnold is March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We'll be home on the 4th or 5th. And then not 3 weeks later, you've got your meet on the 23rd. So, yeah, I might not be doing anything terribly serious the 2 weekends before your meet, the 9th and the 16th. But, yeah, you're more than welcome to stop by. Frederick, I've been there before. I've been to a couple of meets there. What federation is it? Because Frederick, when I was there helping a friend, it was USPC, one of Johnny Lane's meets. I've also been there for, I almost want to say an RPS meet, but I'm not totally sure. I can't remember. But yeah, man, if we got any more questions, I mean, I'm just going to keep running my mouth until I get questions. And if I get any good ones, I will definitely be jotting them down on my little scrap piece of paper here so I can make some YouTube videos of a really good question. I've got 2 from last week. I got the timestamps here. One was at 8 minutes and 29, or I'm sorry, 8:29 at night. It was the time. I got the time at 8:38. So 11 minutes apart. 9 minutes. Dyslexic. Anyhow, USPC. Okay. Yeah, that sounds familiar. That's why. I had a friend do an equipped lift there last year, middle of last year. So it was fucking hot. It was like summertime. Yeah, USPC. Okay. Tony says, you remember when Nike and Reebok came out with the airbags in the heels? No, I don't recall. I blew them out in a week or less. They were not made for heavy squats. Oh, okay. The airbags in the heels. I remember the shoes from like the 90s that you could pump and it would like grab your ankles more. I don't know if that's the same thing. I remember those. Those in Austin Powers too, but he was unfrozen after 30 years from the 70s, or I guess technically would have been he was frozen in 60. What year was Austin Powers frozen? 1969? Pretty sure it was. Yeah. No. Huh. He's frozen in the 60s, came back in the 90s, and he was pumping one of those shoes, and he pumped it too much, and it blew up in his face. Yeah. I don't know if that's the same thing. Let's see here. Robert says, in your experience, have you found any technique differences between a poly and a band shirt? That's a good question there. I'm going to write that down at 8:25. That's a good question, Robert. Technique in terms of how much to tuck, low touch point, etc. Thank you for the good question. I get that one actually quite a bit. So at first, yes. At first, I was told that I had to unlearn. Now, mind you, this is after 13 years of mastering the Titan katana. Okay, I was the katana guy for 13 years. That's all I competed with. My very first meet ever, or first 2 or 3 meets was in a denim. I was in my Karen Klein, and then I got picked up by Anderson. So when I actually got a sponsorship, that I was in katanas ever since. So maybe 12 years. But anyhow, so after that long a time, I had perfected those goddamn shirts inside. I knew them inside and out, how to tweak them, how to work with them, what to get altered, how to wear them, how to adjust them per attempts. I mean, you name it. I knew those things inside and out. And I got in the band shirts, and people around me, not in my crew, but like online and stuff, are telling me that like I need to change everything, throw all your technique out the door, and you got to relearn how to use these things. They're telling me basically to bench like this, like arms completely flare out to the side like a bodybuilder. And I'm like, oh, that sounds not like a good idea. And then I would do that, and my shoulder would pop under 1,000 pounds, little or something. I was like, and I'd be down for 4 weeks nursing a bum shoulder. So, so I was like, okay, that sucks. And I remember getting really frustrated, really pissed off at the band shirts. My first one ever was a stock 3-ply from Anderson Powerlifting. Anderson went ahead and sent me one and tried to use it, and I got real pissed off, and I went right back to my polys for a while. And then I bombed out of the York meet in Pennsylvania in November of 21, and my 1,120-pound all-time mark got surpassed by Tiny Meeker by 5 pounds. But that mark was held in a single-ply shirt, single-ply poly, and he surpassed me in a 4 or 5-ply band shirt. And I was like, okay, I'm going to play this game now. I'm going to make these things work. So I got back in them and started working with them. Now I was working. Amber Hansen was still with us, and that was really a cool time period because she had just benched 615, which at the time gave her the heaviest female bench ever done. So at that meet, when she accomplished that lift on Saturday, I hadn't competed yet on Sunday where I bombed out and Tiny Meeker surpassed me by 5 pounds. At that very moment, me and her, training partners at the same gym, we had the heaviest male and female bench ever done together. That was special. That was something else. Where was I going with that? Basically, she was with me and she said, "Hey, you're overthinking this. Just take the bar out and bench. You know how to." I think she said it like, "You know how to bench. You know how to bench equipment." I was like, "You're fucking right." So I took the weight out and I just did my katana technique. I bellied up, I picked my head up and went low. I've always had minimal tuck, so if this is completely flared, and we'll call this over exaggerated tuck. Okay, I'm probably about there, not here, not down here, but like right there. That's how I've done it my entire career. I'm not a huge fan of tucking super low and going down past your belt, basically. So I just took that exact same katana technique and started bringing it over to the band shirts. And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, holy shit, it's working. For the first time ever, I actually felt the shirt give, like stretch. I was like, oh, there it fucking is. Then I had it. Because what I had done, I did something that Tiny actually told me to do, but under recommendation was like, stop trying to bench, 1,400 pounds right out of the gate. Not that number was even in the air at the time. This is November. This is 2021. And he said, just start with really, really manageable weight. Start with 700. You can think very clearly under 700 pounds. That's very lightweight for you. Take it out and just play with it with very lightweight. So you can think through the reps. You can actually Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, now, okay, we'll try another rep. Let's see. Let's try this. Think about it. And I did that. I was working with, I think, the day that happened, I was working with 7 reps per side on our saber-tooth barbell, which brought the weight to 825. I'll never forget that. And Amber actually handed off to me. She was the center handoff person that day, and it just clicked, and it started working every single rep, every single set, and every single meet and workout ever since then. It's been working. I changed nothing. When I did try to change it and unlearn how to bench and equipment, that's when I ran into problems. So that's kind of that's a long. It's hard to make that story short, but that's pretty much. I don't change my technique at all. So, and then you win 1967. British spy Austin Powers freezes himself. It was 67. Dr. Evil went back to 1969 in The Spy Who Shagged Me. He went back in time to 69, 2 years after he was frozen. He'll be helpless. Okay, I got it. So it's 67. He went back in 69. Cool. I should know this. I grew up on those movies. Let's see. Using the shirt as engineered. Yeah, it's just, I tell people too, they're like, well, this shirt wants to pop my elbows out here. It wants me to bench like this. I'm like, okay, here's the thing. Like, pick that shirt up and move it. Like twist it. Like, they're malleable. They're not pieces of steel. They can stretch. They can move. I remember getting a stock 2-ply F8 from Anderson Powerlifting. And at the time, they had the sleeves sewn pretty much like straight out to the side. The sleeves were like this. I remember getting that thing, putting it on, and I forced it. I still have that shirt. It's in the closet right next to me here. I'm kind of stuck in a alcove. I'm not going to get up and get out of here, but I took that shirt and I forced the bar to go low. I forced the tuck. And after a while of doing that, forcing it to do what I wanted it to do, it kind of like molded that way. I forced it to change because you can do that because they're not denims, Denim had one groove. You had one path. I grew up in Karen Klein's. That's how I got started in equipment, was a 2-ply denim Karen Klein hand-me-down with a tear right here on the left pec with a little patch on the inside. So, yeah, I forced it to go where I wanted it to go, and after a while, it just kind of like started working that way. I didn't have to really think about it. So let's see. This trap says I played around in a Killer Bee bench daddy. I had to tuck as well. Flared elbows gave me nothing. Now, the idea with the elbows being flared is that you're going to take the material and stretch it a lot more. So flaring is going to give you like more shirt. That's kind of the idea. Now, I've done that one time successfully because I actually thought about doing it. I had one of my 4-ply F8s, and I was coming down with a weight that I could think underneath. I think I was benching with like 1,200 pounds or something. And I came down. I'm trying to get myself in the frame here. Okay. Let's say I was here. Okay. I was coming down. And at the bottom, I felt like I needed more shirt. So I untucked a little bit. I went, see that movement? I went like this. Boop. If you're listening to this, it's not going to make sense. I'm showing them the position of where I was. I was tucked. I needed more shirt in the bottom. So I popped my elbow out just half an inch. Quarter inch, and just by untucking that much, just boop boop like that brought a lot more support because I forced the material to stretch further than it was, as opposed to just bringing the weight down, making it stretch. It was stretching, and I went and I made it stretch even more, and then the weight continued to come down. So I get the idea of flaring to make the material stretch even more, but you are compromising your shoulder position when you do that. We don't want to be out here. This is bad juju. No good. Internal rotation on the shoulder, not good. So no matter what, I try to stay tucked or in a I'll call it semi-tucked. I'm not like tucked like this, I'm like semi-tucked. And I maintain that position pretty much the entire lift. There you go. Yep. So anyhow, let's see. I've got a few. I got about 35 minutes left. But yeah, so like I said, what we're gonna do is, I dread driving up to Ohio. Good grief, man. The trip is not hard. It's just very long and very boring. Depending on, we have about 3 routes that we take to get up there. I always pick the shortest route. Or if I don't want to have to drive through DC, because driving through DC is just absolute freaking garbage. Oh, I'll choose the route that does not include driving through DC. I will avoid it. Our most normal routine or route is taking 234 straight north and catching 66 or 68 and heading west, and then we go up north from there. But we'll leave Sunday. Right now I'm working on, so I have the series on YouTube. It's the Pursuit of 1500. I think I'm on video 3. I'm currently recording video number 4. So video number 4 of the Pursuit of 1500 pounds will come out hopefully over the weekend, maybe Sunday when we get up to Ohio. I can edit it real quick. It's not a quick process, but I'll try to edit it together, maybe Saturday night, and I'll get it posted. So the end of video 4 will be my Saturday workout this coming weekend. That's the final equipped bench day before this double back-to-back Arnold competitions. And then while we're in Ohio, we'll document the whole trip. We'll document, I'm still gonna lift weights while I'm up there. I'll probably spend most of my time at Blackstone's in West Lafayette, Ohio. Just get my last minute workouts in Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, back day and a chest day, like a pec day, chest day. And then Thursday we'll be traveling, setting up the Anderson booth at the Arnold. I cannot for the life of me remember what number our booth is. I think it's 1628 or 16. I don't know. It's something. It starts with a 1. There's a 6 in there somewhere. We'll spend Thursday driving. Columbus is about an hour and a half from where we're staying. Not too bad. Drive there, set up the booth. We got tons of equipment we got to bring ourselves. Things that we're adding to the booth this year. Some new sale items. So if you're coming to the booth, we have some new items that are going to be available for purchase. I will talk about one really quick. The Anderson F8 Sportcraft Barbell. Yes, I'm going to put this in the group chat actually, because this is actually a pretty big deal. The F8 Anderson Sportcraft Bench Bar is going to be $300 off. They are normally $850. They're going to be available for purchase. They're going to be $500, $850, now $550. That's a huge. They're $300 off. So if you're interested in getting an Anderson, it's Anderson green. That's the color scheme. But if you're interested in getting an F8 Sportcraft bench bar, we will have 5 at the Anderson booth available for purchase. $300. That's almost half off from the total price. So if you want one, there's no shipping. You just come, you pay for it, you grab it, you take it with you. So if you want one, snag one, because there's only 5 of them. They're going to go really quick. So that's one thing. We're also going to have some Anderson ball caps, some Anderson hats with embroidered Anderson logos on them. I think we have about 19 of those. Those are a new table item for the booth. We're also going to have some duffel bags, some black canvas Anderson duffel bags for sale. Those are very, 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 very limited. So once they're gone, they're gone. And then we're also going to have some black, very thin canvas tote bags with Anderson on them as well. So booth 1621. Oh, thank you so much. I knew there was a 1-6 in there. 1621. What did I say? 1620? I was very close, I think. So thank you, Win. Left side of the plan. So it's, yeah. So if you walk in the main doors, you're going to go to the left. We're left towards the Rogue stage. Booth 1621. Thank you, Win, for the win. That's awesome. So yeah, big, huge discount on the barbells. $300 off. We're only going to have 5 of them. New items on the table: tote bags, black canvas duffel bags, and baseball caps. which I love those. I don't sport that look very good. I can pull off the beanie look, but I cannot pull off like the baseball type. It's just not a good look for me. But we're gonna have them, and they're gonna be embroidered. That's gonna be freaking awesome. I wish I could pull off that look because I want one really bad, but they're for the table only. They're basically ticket items. We're gonna see if it's like an experiment. If those are things people want, then we'll eventually make them and carry them at the Anderson store online. But we're just going to see if they even sell. If that's something people want, we're also going to have Anderson lanyards for sale. That's another new item for this year. We got a lot of F8s. We got a lot of Widowmakers. We got F8 band shirts. We got a lot of those. So if you want to come look at band shirts, you want to talk to me about them, get fitted for one, I got you. No problem. We got you. I will be there all day Friday from opening till close, 10 to 7. I'll probably be there from actually be 9 to 7 because the doors open an hour early for the VIPs. 9 to 7, I'll be there Friday. We have team dinner. We have team dinner on Friday night for the Anderson folks. That's good for the people working the booth. That's going to be freaking awesome. And then Saturday, I will show up probably at 9, get settled in the booth, make sure that everybody's good. Head over to the Rogue stage and conduct the warm-ups. We have, me and Kay took it upon ourselves to have little goodie prize boxes for every competitor on Saturday. So we have boxes we got to bring as well. We made the T-shirts for the competition as well. We did the T-shirts for the booth personnel. We did the T-shirts for the competitors on the Rogue stage, and we did the goodie boxes for them. So it's been quite a project. These last couple of months have been really, really good. There you go. So Saturday after the meet is only slated to last from 11 to 1. There's a 2-hour window for that competition. The Arnold has a very, very strict, like, you have this time slot. When it's done, you're done because we got to clean this shit up for the next group to come in. So we're slated for 11 to 1 on Saturday. And then Sunday, it's 11 to 4. It's not going to take 5 hours. It will be done well before 4 o'clock. Because 4 o'clock is when the venue starts to shut down on Sunday. So I almost don't want to do the meet on Sunday. I've committed to it because I'm gonna do it, but it makes me sad. I want to be in the booth working and meeting people, but I'm gonna do both. Then maybe next year I'll take a seat back and maybe not do that. But if there's money opportunity, I'm definitely gonna take it. So there you go. I feel like that's going to be a good for the night. Unless anybody has any last-minute questions, go ahead and pop them in. I'll take any last-minute questions before we start to shut this thing down. We also, for those of you listening, we have narrowed down. We're getting very, very close to choosing our recipients of the 4 slots that we have for the Kolbstrong Scholarship. Okay, we're very, very close to having our 4 chosen athletes. So again, the Kolbstrong Scholarship is a fund, a nonprofit, registered nonprofit organization that me and Katie run, and it's called the Kolbstrong Scholarship. And we raise money through donations and fundraising events for the young athletes. If your ages 13 to 23, okay, not 24 and not 12 or 11, 13 to 23. If you're a young athlete who competitively powerlifts, you have to be done at least 1 meet to qualify. If you're within the age bracket and you have done 1 meet at least, you qualify. You go to the KolbstrongScholarship.com, fill out the application form, do all the steps. We are reviewing your guys' stories, and I'm touched because each of you have had amazing stories. This is the hardest part. I wish we had like 70 entries. Last year we raised $12,000. We picked up 12 athletes. The first year we had 3. Last year we raised 12. This year we raised 4. When we had 12 spots available last year, we got like 80 entries, give or take. We had 4 spots available. We had like 70, 75, which is awesome. But reading each one of their stories is just heartwarming. And I wish we could just pick every single one of them. So narrowing it down has been very difficult, especially for me, because I'm so touched by all these people's stories and just listening to them. So, we are very close. We will announce hopefully this week by Wednesday or Thursday who the winners are, and we're trying to get the checks sent out this week before we depart to Ohio. So if you're waiting on us, just be patient. We got a lot of applications to go through, and choose the ones who need it the most. Robert says, is there a live stream for the meets you're doing at the Arnold? I am in very big doubts that we will have a live stream. I really don't think so. It's going to be one of those be in person type things. I don't think that they're going to have a live stream, no. Jeff Johnson says, will you have any figure eights there? I ordered one from Pharrell, and all they had was a 3X. I got it. I can't even get it to touch. I was going to get a 4X made from F8 Customs, but I'll wait if you guys have it. We will not have F8. We will not have figure eights. No, we have Widowmakers and F8 shirts. We don't carry the Pharrell wraps. We don't carry the figure eights or the inserts or anything else. Not yet. We're not that deep into we've only been with Pharrell, contracted with Pharrell for I think it's been a year or maybe a year plus. So eventually we want to carry more of Rob's equipment, but right now all we have is Widowmakers and Pharrell shirts. So I'll just go ahead and order from F8 Powerlifting, and Rob will take care of you. Gravestrong says, tips for deadlifting in a single-ply squat suit. I am not a good person to ask about deadlift and squat suits. It feels good and supportive, but not really getting any more weight. I pull conventional 570 is my PR. Deadlift suits, even squat suits worn for the deadlift, will give you the least amount of carryover. I do know that for a fact. I'm not a good person to ask about. I suck at deadlift. Raw equipped sumo conventional, strapped, not strapped. I suck at deadlift. I have a bench press body, so deadlift is very hard for me. If somebody wants to help out, Gravestrong, tips for deadlifting in a single ply squat suit. I got hiccups. Please drop it in the group. Oh God, man, I hate hiccups to death. I fucking hate them. Like it's one of my life goals to like not have hiccups. God, it's fucking annoying, ain't it? So, if anybody has tips on single ply deadlift suits or deadlifting in a single ply squat suit for Gravestrong, please drop it in because I have no clue. Jeff Johnson says, also, I have been adding, thank you. I have been adding pen lay rows every week and making a big difference in my back strength. Hey, there you go. Pen lay rows are a big proponent in my back training. Absolutely. So I'm really glad they're working for you, man. That's awesome. Good. That's great. I know we had that discussion on back training, and I need more back. Everybody needs more back strength. Let's see. Owen Lewis says, I just ordered my Kolbstrong t-shirt. Sweet, man. Which one did you get, Owen? I think I might have just made it the other day. Was it Never Enough with the big KSP on the back, or was it the KSP on the front with the squat deadlift bench on the back? I think I just made two of them here not too long ago. He says, probably going to be my singlet shirt for my meet in August. Hopefully it gives me extra weight. That is not guaranteed. We didn't put that in the description, but I think you will have extra weight just because you're going to train hard and be successful. So I have faith in you. Keith says, thank you for taking the time to interact with us and answering our questions. Hey, no problem at all. I appreciate the good questions, the good interactions from you all. I've said my piece. I've talked about the Kolbstrong Scholarship. I talked about Patreon, which is $10 a month, everybody. If you want to watch what I do, every workout, every set, every rep, all of the behind-the-scenes stuff to these big benches, you go to Patreon, find Kolbstrong, Kolb, S2RONG, one word, and you can watch what I do, all my training with full commentary over top of it, $10 a month. Okay. If you want a Kolbstrong t-shirt like Owen here, kolbstrong.com. Go there. I've got t-shirts for sale, multiple different logos and stuff. I'm trying to introduce different colors and stuff and color schemes down the road, but we haven't gotten there yet. So one last thing I'll talk about from kolbstrong.com are my programs available. I do online coaching. I don't think I have any spots available for that right now. I just filled my 3 spots that were available, but I do have pre-written programs you can download. The training I did to bench 950 back when I was 23 years old in Poly is on there. My Tricep Assistant program is on there. I've got my single ply program on there. The single ply trainer that got me to the 1120. So Kolbstrong.com has a lot of cool stuff on it if you want to go check it out. But yeah, again, Patreon, $10 a month. If you don't want to download Patreon, I also have YouTube members. If you just want to go onto YouTube for the same price, $10 a month, you can watch all the behind the scenes stuff that I do, early access to videos. I make custom videos where people ask questions. I can make custom videos and stuff like that. So I appreciate the interactions, everybody, tonight. It's been a great night talking to y'all. I am really, really hungry. We got a turkey cooking right now. She just gave me the knock, telling me that it was ready. So I'm going to end it right here, a little bit earlier than normal. I'm going to be back on here hopefully next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be in Ohio. We're going to try to make it work. We'll see. If not, we'll make a post saying, hey, we're on vacation. We're in Ohio. We can't do it. But y'all know. So, hey, Win. Hey, everybody. Jeff, Owen, Win, Keith, Robert, Gravestrong. I'm missing some few. Have a good night, everybody. I want you to have a good rest of your week, and we'll talk again on the next live stream. Thanks for joining me here on Benching and Bullshitting, episode 67. Have a good night.